The Zero to Hero series is taking a free-to-play account all the way to clearing the Abyss with 36 stars, with limited 5 stars, 4 stars, and no 5-star weapons, along with some other restrictions like no C6 4-star characters either. Now, as for the Abyss itself, we managed to get pretty far compared to last time. Last time we were only able to get to floor 9, and we couldn't get past floor 10. Now we've gone ahead and fully cleared floor 10, and we've also full cleared chamber 1 of floor 11. That's kind of where we're at right now. We're at floor 11, chamber 1, and hopefully that next month there is a good chance that we will be touching floor 12 for the very first time. If you don't know, I've been building up DPS Bennet. Bennet can do everything in the game, including DPS, and I'm putting that to the test. He currently does not have very high level talents at all, and he's also not level 90 either. He's got a level 80 weapon only, and I'm kind of working on building him up. I did go ahead and get Crimson Witch on him, and I just realized I did the entire Abyss with an electro damage bonus goblet. That explains a lot. So, okay, actually my damage is actually supposed to be substantially higher. Okay, well, that's unfortunate learning that. He has 63% crit rate and 144 crit damage with 130 ER, which is a massive increase. He also has 1300 attack and 52 EM. Here is a damage comparison of what my Bennet looked like last month and how he's kind of progressed and changed with the artifacts and the changes and the upgrades that I've given him. So hopefully I can make some of those changes happen on like my Rosaria and Raiden. My Hyper Blooms currently only hit for like 20k, and I want to get that up to maybe 30k. I also went ahead and ascended the world level to the next level, so now I'm at the maximum level, and I went from AR 50 to AR 55, allowing me to go up to level 90 for weapons and characters. Although I'm not sure it was entirely a good idea to ascend yet, because it seems like everywhere I go now it says highly dangerous area. Now a lot has happened. I went ahead and actually wished on a weapon banner, and I got Sucrose. C0 Sucrose. I wish I recorded it. I forgot to press the record button, but I actually fell out of my chair when I wished on the weapon banner, and the one character that I needed the most, I got, and that was Sucrose. Really, really powerful. Now she's only level 40. None of her talents are leveled up, so right now she only provides like 50 elemental mastery to the team. But not only that, when we pulled on the weapon banner, we also got Rosaria. When I was farming the Crimson Witch of Flames domain, I also ended up getting some really, really nice Lava Walker pieces like this one, this one, this one, and this one. Really, really powerful. And if you don't know, Rosaria's best in slot, or for a melt team, is actually Lava Walker. So I'm just trying to be as efficient with my resin as possible by making use of both the Crimson Witch of Flames and the Lava Walker pieces, maximizing my resin efficiency. And as for the actual weapons that we got, so now my account has an Elegy of the End, a Staff of Homa, an Engulfing Lightning, a Haran Jipaku, and a Scabbard Spine. I keep on saying this, and I will keep on saying this. The reason why I have these weapons on my account, despite being free to play, and why I'm able to get them alongside some other good 4-star weapons, is because wishing on a weapon banner is a skill. It is not just gambling. There's actually skill to it. I've decided to also go ahead and change my teams. The fundamentals of the teams are not too different, but I need to be more versatile in my team comps. I've decided to take 2 types of elemental reactions and create a core for those teams, for those elemental reactions. And I made a single target DPS team and then an AoE focused team. And this is going to be my DPS Bennet single target focused melt comp. And then this is my AoE team. This is the team that will make use of the Lava Walker set. Also, I did go ahead and get Shangbing in the shop. Now I could activate her C4, but I'm going to keep her at C3 because I think her C4 is pretty substantial, and I'm just making my life harder because I can and because I hate myself. The other team is I'm no longer using my Aggravate Kaching team. I've decided to instead go with the Hybrid Bloom team because it's a lot more affordable, a lot easier and cheaper to build. It's gonna have, and these are still all within the criteria of only 1 5-star and 3 4-stars. I actually had some issues trying to figure out what to use to generate Dendro cores, because I can't use Xingqiu because my Xingqiu is C6, and I can't use Yelan because Yelan's on my other team, and I can only use 1 5-star per team. So I've decided to use Barbara, and this is the fascinating thing I found about Barbara. I didn't know this until I actually tested it, and I kind of figured this out on my own, is that Barbara can make use of the sacrificial fragments because her E ability does damage. Her E ability does do damage. So you just have to be close to the enemy, press E, and then you'll have high uptime on your E ability. And then she'll also be on field sometimes applying Hydra to the enemies to help generate those Dendro cores. It's not quite as good as like someone as Xingqiu or anything like that, but it's good enough for our purposes. We also got Yao Yao from the Leeway events, and because of that, we're actually able to get Elemental Resonance. I will say this team, it is a single target focused team, and it does have problems staying alive despite having 2 healers. And I can't use anyone else really because I can't use Noelle, and I can't use Diona. My Diona is C6, so I can't use her. So I'm just kind of sticking with this, even though it's kind of scuffed. It does work, and it can do a decent amount of damage. Right now, my Hybrid Blooms are hitting for around 20k. My Raiden is on a lot. This is the weapon that she's using. So this is going to be the kind of more single target focused team. And then for the AoE focused team, it's going to be consisting of Lisa, Yao Yao, Barbara, and Venti. So this is kind of the new teams I've been working with, and I have produced some pretty interesting and good results. So floor 1 was actually probably one of the harder floors. It was just a real pain because I had my Hybrid Bloom team on the first half and my Melt team on the second half, and it just took forever to kill these Electro Slimes, but we did eventually do it. Chamber 2 also took a really long time. Mainly the first half of it was just a nightmare to do because my Yao Yao and Barbara are very low HP, so my Yao Yao and Barbara kept on getting one shot, and I kept on dying and dying and dying, but I finally got through it. And then for Chamber 3, this one was also a nightmare. This one probably took the longest, mainly because it was just, I was lacking the damage. I couldn't kill the Hydro Gunner fast enough. It was chaos, and I kept... The problem is when you don't have enough damage, these enemies, they keep on interrupting you, and they proc Hydra on you, and all these other different elemental reactions, and you just keep on getting CC chained. And then the second half was probably even worse, because the enemies kept on spreading out. The Electro Season Mages kept on going into their ultimate form, where they shoot out electro beams at you, and I kept on dying to that. I kept on getting electro charged and CC chained. It was just a complete nightmare, but we did do it. It took many tries, but we did get through it. Floor 11 was probably the easiest out of all the floors I tried around this time. I just took my sweet time. I kept on grouping up the enemies with Venti ult for the first half, and it took me like 3 minutes to kill the last guy because my Yao Yao died, so I was just basically doing scuffed electro charged reactions until he died. Second half was pretty easy, but the damage was definitely lacking, especially given that the enemies were just miniatures of all things. Probably would have been able to do a lot more damage had I known I wasn't running a pyro damage goblet on my Bennet, but it is what it is. Also, we managed to hit 300 subs, which is pretty cool. I don't know how, and I don't know why either, but thanks. My goal this year is to get monetized and hit 1,000 subs, and I will continue to thank you by pushing out some more good content. Next month's video might be a bit different in formatting. I'm gonna try and experiment with something. I think I have a pretty good idea to make these videos a bit more entertaining and real. Zero to Hero update videos aren't quite entertaining enough, so stay tuned for next month. And I will see you guys in a month. Remember to take care and have a glorious day.